What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Yeah guys, today is the day before Halloween, October the 29th or 30th. I don't remember, or 30, I don't know which, I don't know. It's the 30th. We got one more day before Halloween. It's spooky season, guys. Okay, go out there and do your trick-or-treating. And I don't know if do people still trick-or-treat anymore. I really don't do much on Halloween outside of sometimes occasionally go to a party, which I may or may not do this weekend. I don't know. Like I said, I've been staying inside. It's nice and chilly. Inside is just nice and safe, and these streets aren't safe. It's just been feeling really good and cozy. You know what I mean? Like, it's outside has just been weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this news is all the stuff that happens is because people go outside. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just stay inside and none of this drama would have happened in the first place. What's going on? What do you guys want me to talk about? Turbo KR, and a lot of you guys asked me to mention this in today's video, said come November 1st, no one is receiving SNAP benefits and Americans are about to go hungry this Thanksgiving. If you guys don't know, we are currently in a government shutdown. Okay, I believe we are entering the potential third week. This is becoming the second biggest, largest shutdown that we've had in the United States since the first largest shutdown that we had with Trump back when he was in administration. I don't know exactly what day it is. I need to find that out for you guys. But yes, SNAP benefits are now being put into question. Okay, if you guys don't know what SNAP benefits are, I actually think I recall now, and I'm thinking about it, I think I was a part of the SNAP benefits because I grew up very poor. And I remember it used to make fun of me because I had free lunch. Right. So when you have free lunch, right, you don't go up there and you pay with money. You go up there and you give them like a ticket because you're a part of SNAP and you get this lunch. But then it was very limited. So I would always be like, hey guys, can I have your chocolate milk? Damn, I was broke. I was asking niggas for food nonstop. Yeah. That's why I'm humble. Because I come from humble beginnings. Yes, I'm making it about myself. Shut the hell up. SNAP runs out of money November 1st. States are now figuring out how to feed millions of people. Okay, serious shit. The federal government shutdown continues without an end in sight. In just a few days, tens of millions of people are at risk of losing federal food and nutrition benefits as a result. This includes the nearly 42 million people who rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, previously known as food stamps. The Trump administration has warned that the debit-like EBT cards will not be refilled and that the program will run out of money on November 1st. SNAP, the country's largest anti-hunger program, dates back to the Great Depression and has never been disrupted this way. Most recipients are seniors, families with kids, and people with disabilities. I need you guys to lock in because there is a 9 out of 10 chance that somebody that you know is being impacted by this. Okay? Individual states handle the distribution while the federal government provides the funds and infrastructure that power the debit-like cards. In a letter dated October 10th, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, aka the USDA, told state agencies to hold off distributing November benefits until further notice because of insufficient funds. The left-leaning Center on Budget and Policy Priorities has called on the agency to shift money from its contingency fund and other places to keep SNAP at least partially funded. It contends that the USDA has a legal obligation to do so since SNAP is an entitlement program, but the USDA rejects that argument, stating in a memo Friday that its contingency funds are not legally available to extend regular benefits and are meant only for natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods. And then you go down, it says, here's what you know for four, and it goes through each state. And it says how many people are part of SNAP. 750,000 people in Alabama, 66,000 people in Alaska, 887,000 people in Arizona, 236,000 people in Arkansas, 5.5 million people in California. Colorado's got 600,000. We're in the hundreds of thousands and millions. 3 million people in Florida participate in SNAP. So people are very freaking concerned. This is Governor Newsom, okay? Him and a lot of other governors from other states are currently suing Trump, the White House, for the administration for basically not renewing SNAP.
These guys need to stop the BS in Washington, D.C. So they're sitting there in their prayer breakfasts. I mean, maybe they got an edited version of Donald Trump's Bible, and they edited all of that out. I mean, enough of this. Cruelty is the policy. That's what this is about. It's intentional cruelty, intentionally creating anxiety for millions and millions of people, 5.5 million here in our home state. So again, our state of mind is pretty clear. We're going to win this lawsuit.
So we got lawsuits on lawsuits on lawsuits. It's bad. All right. This Saturday, apparently SNAP benefits will not be going out. And people are saying that if does not come to place, okay, this is going to be the biggest in terms of like hunger and starvation that has happened since the Great Depression. All right. That's what's going to happen if these SNAP benefits go out. There's going to be millions and millions of people without food. That includes babies and their baby formulas. Okay. That includes people who are disabled. That includes veterans. This includes a lot of people that some people feel like this is a left and right thing. The Democrats versus Republicans. No, this is going to be, everyone's getting hit. Everybody's getting hit, bro. Okay. I think what's happening is that a lot of kind of people see, you know, people using food stamps, people who use food stamps, and they kind of see it as being lazy. As opposed to a lot of people who are poor. Again, if you look at the country, if you look at it not just from your point of view, you look at it holistically, all right? Being poor is part of the system, okay? The system is rigged in a way to keep rich people rich. Can we all agree on that? Rich people, if you're in the system, you get more rich, all right? It's very difficult to be born rich and then just lose all your money. Very, very difficult, okay? But it's very easy to be born poor and by being poor to get poorer. It's very, very easy. One little mistake, break a leg. Oh, crap. Now you can't go into work. Okay. So the system is made in a way where people who are poor usually stay poor or get worse poor. And you got to kind of climb your way into middle class, hopefully, which now people are saying is also being destroyed as well. So what happens is people look at people who are part of the SNAP benefits or these food stamps, and they just equate them to people who are just being lazy, or these people who are just not working or abusing the system. And there may be some people who are abusing system 100%, but we're talking about millions and millions and millions and millions of people who are about to go hungry, who do not have any agency in this, that have been part of a system that does not work for them. And now they're going to be starved because of that system. That is absolutely terrifying. I'll let you guys know what comes from it, but it's going to be happening this Saturday, and it may or may not happen. There's some talks where it might get funded at the last second. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping, I'm praying, because I don't want nobody going hungry in November or Thanksgiving. And I definitely don't want to see all these rich billionaires, trillionaires sitting here laughing, still getting paid during this entire furlough and having fun, and while people are literally just dying. Because that's what's going to happen if we keep going at this rate. I'll let you guys know what comes from it. Sorry, it's not over. It's the return of Hasan and Collargate. I know what you're thinking. Omni, no, I thought we were free of the... Nope. It's never over. It's not over until it's over. Okay, remember I told you guys it was a big deal, and a lot of you guys was like, meh, it's nothing. This is a nothing burger. Why are we still talking? The Vice President, JD Vance, okay, just got finished mentioning Hasan. I'm concerned. I've been concerned for a long time about this administration with these memes. I'm concerned that the vice president, JD Vance, knows who Hasan. I'm concerned that alarms me that he is in on the whole situation that's happening with Collargate. But it's a thing. Hasan Piker is now essentially being known as the guy that shocks his dogs.
He has this command place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No.
Hassan.
Not like Hasan Piker. No.
His son. Why do everyone calls him his son? Am I wrong? Is it not Hasan? Is it? Everyone calls him Hassan. Hassan, his son.
No electrocution of dogs here.
How disgusting is that? What does that tell you about a person?
Well, I think it tells you that they're not, that they're bad people.
Yes.
If you can actually cause suffering.
This isn't AI, by the way. I double checked. I was like, what if this is AI? Could be AI. Maybe this conversation never happened. And it could be very close to looking like it, but no, it's verified, not AI.
To an innocent animal, you're probably the kind of person who doesn't worry about suffering in people as well.
Yeah.
And that's been my experience. If you mistreat dogs, that's almost 100% sign that you're going to be a really terrible person. So it's one of the ways, we really sort of test people is if Atlas responds well to them, if they like Atlas, we know they're good people. But you can tell if somebody's really mean to animals, it's like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Yeah.
Like every serial killer ever. has actually been really bad to animals. That's sort of how they started.
Dang, they just compared Hasan to Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh my God, politics, yo. These politics streets are not safe. Good freaking Lord, bro. Oh my God, never. Some of you guys say, Omni, bro, you should run for president. Omni, you know, man, I feel like we need more people like you in the office. Hey, you almost did. Matt Pat, YouTuber, a guy that probably would have came in there and shown some, you know, good old fashioned change, literally got kicked out because he was too bipartisan. He was like, well, what if we did this and this? And they were like, nah. You need to be more polarizing. Hasan said DHS Secretary Kristi Noem point blank executed her puppy and dumped his body in a landfill? ? Exclamation mark. Is that true? I never heard about that, but damn, ew. Wow, that's disgusting. None of these people care about animal welfare. The admin is shutting off 40 million people's SNAP benefits, causing them to starve. They don't care about human welfare either. What do you mean by either? Either implies, you know, I don't care, you don't care, Hasan? I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I love playing with this. I'm done. I'm masking off, bro. This is funny shit. Speaking of Hasan, we have to talk a little bit about some more streamer drama that's been happening. God damn. It's been happening with the ladies, bro. Valkyrae, QTCinderella, Pokimane. Seems like ever since Miss Kiff came in and basically dropped the entire files and just basically being one of the most worst human beings that you ever known. Now everyone's been coming after every LA streamer, every Austin streamer, and be like, huh, you guys all associated with this weirdo. You all knew. And they're trying to look behind the mask to see if these people are kind of like catering. They're being fake, you know, if they're just being fake and catering to certain communities and saying fake stuff or whatever. And they've been under a lot of stress for a lot of the comments. And they've been being blasted by all sides of the internet. Not just like their ops. Even the people who support them have been blasting QTCinderella. There was some clip that played, I think, where she said something about the LGBT and then she had to apologize. We'll get into that. It's a race war. We have an all-out race war. I heard Valkyrae, people calling Valkyrae racist. They're calling her racist? Brother, I'm the only one that's allowed to be racist. What's going on? What is going on? All right, let's play a few of the clips that you guys sent me. This was her kind of responding to the fact that people were calling her the female Hasan.
Female Hasan?
Damn, son, where'd you find that?
Damn.
Damn indeed.
Is that what you heard? And I cannot change the way you perceive me. And I accept that. Although it hurts.
She said, how dare you guys? She said, I can't change it, but ouch. I'm offended by that. Why would you? So there's a lot of rumors between those two that I won't get into because they're rumors and I pretty much don't expose it. But the whole point is that right now, and when I was watching the Valkyrae clips during Collargate, Valkyrae was one of the people who was trying to defend Hasan. And it was very interesting because as we were watching her defend Hasan, she was also using a lot of the tactics that Hasan uses when it comes to taking accountability or blame. And it's not just these two, but it's like what a lot of people do. But they were pretty coded. They were, it's one of those situations where it's like, hey, I understand that you guys are looking at A, but did you know that there's B and C and D and E and F? And why aren't you guys putting your energy over there? All right. That triangulation. Okay. That whataboutism. But they're both kind of very similar at it. It was also the type of situation where you kind of like write people off as being crazy. So there's some similarities. I think we talked about it. I said it runs in the family, but yeah, she's being blasted even more so for a comment that she made towards white people, and white people are angry. Do we have any white people in the chat? Any white people in the YouTube comments? W whites? Okay. I want to know how you guys feel about this, okay? Because I know you guys are okay with me being racist towards you because you guys can be racist towards me. It's reciprocal, okay? It's almost like we bring yourselves together by being this is one big old mixing pot of race. I'm sorry. I'm making it about me. Let's make it about Valkyrae. So we're kind of working backwards here, kind of like Star Wars like, okay? Because this originated originally with QTCinderella, who was being basically under fire for some comments that she made on the podcast with people with members of LGBTs, Q pluses, and then basically the girl that she was with kind of denounced her and was like, I'm not going to be working with her in the foreseeable future, which then made everybody big baby rage mad. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like if I was like the black delegate or something like that, and then somebody came here and I was like, as the member of the black delegate, I will no longer be working with QTCinderella. And all the black people were like, yeah, yeah, let's do it, Omni. I think that's what happened here? Question mark? Let's find out.
I did tell her, I was like, Cutie, I do think your tone doesn't help because you inherently sound really angry all the time. You sound really, and she knows. I was like, you're very blunt. I think it's your tone, you're blunt, and it just comes off poorly, especially, you know, and I was like, you're also the whitest woman I know. And it also is just, you know, you being so white. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. But I know her. I know her heart. It's just because she wants to help, but I feel like there's ways we can do it better.
So the whites, they are absolutely freaking enraged, okay? Because like she's basically saying like the concept of, you are so white. You're one of the whitest girls that I know. So the reason why this is coming off bad is because of your tone and you being super white. All right. And it makes a lot of people who are white upset, especially people who are super white, because it's like, what's the problem with me being super white? Why is me being white now a problem? Now, let's be real. Okay. Internet, we can talk, right? We can real talk, me and you, left, right. Okay. We know damn well that the internet, the world hates white people. Okay. They hate them. They absolutely, you could be white and you will catch a stray just for being white. I see Instagrams like the whites, you know, like it's everywhere. Okay. The white hatred is 1000% there, but also we also talk about this as well. They also hate us. They hate the blacks too, bro. I'll be scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and then suddenly I come into one page and like these black people, these blackies. And I'm like, good Lord, bro. So I think the issue here is to think that somehow that like, I think the question that a lot of people try to say is that you're not supposed to kind of do those things with any other races. But if you're white, you know, then you can come at you like these whites, these whiteys, and you can't do nothing because we're punching up, you know, kind of situation. And it's not racist because the definition of racism, X, Y, Z. So therefore, if you're white, usually the narrative is that you're not allowed to fire back or you're not allowed to be upset when people kind of, you know, talk about your whiteness in a way that's negative. And the whites have had enough. They said, no more will be subjected to you guys being mean to us at all and joking about us. We're not doing this no more. So she's getting canceled by the whites and other people as well. This then led to Valkyrae making a tweet. She responded to what happened, the situation. We're going back, don't worry, we're going back to QTCinderella, where she said there's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced that others suffer from. And lots of privilege obviously comes from being white. Never thought I'd be accused for being racist against white people when the clip is clearly out of context. Anyways, filming wine about it pod right now with Cutie, my white friend that I love very so much. LL stream resumes tomorrow, and then she had deleted this tweet, okay? Don't worry, we're wrapping up. We get into the QTCinderella stream basically because they're besties, Ray and QTCinderella, they're good friends. So this is the clip that's been trending. It's going on TikTok everywhere, bro. TikTok, ooh, they are eating this up, bro. Oh my lord, QTCinderella has managed to piss off the LGBT, and I think she pissed off. She's made a lot of people upset. And well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna play the clip first. I'm saving the commentary for last, because trust me, you guys know I have an opinion on this. I love talking about race stuff.
I'm not gonna change though. I'm not gonna, I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it, because at the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person. I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No. Like, I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here. That's not how it works for me.
Cutie speaking with her chest. She said, basically, look, I'm not the type of person to just cut somebody off because there's something about them that I don't agree with. Okay. Whether that's them being racist or homophobic or misogynist, you know, like, you know, like, oh, you might hate women, but you're my friend and you got a friend in me. So I'm not going to just cut you off, you know? So, you know, more on that later. Okay. Like I said, I have more opinions. So this is the clip that made it, you know, a lot of people very upset. The person that she was on the stream, well, she had made a follow-up to talk about this situation. By the way, this is kind of like all out of context. Okay. There's more that's been said as well. And I'm going to provide all of what Cutie has been said in defense as well, because she has apologized for this clip. But now a lot of people are saying, like, you shouldn't have apologized. You are now bending the knee to the mob. That's right. We have the mob of people who actually don't care about you whatsoever, just the agenda. And therefore, if you're against the agenda, you're going against the script, you are now an enemy of the state type mob. Sorry, before I get to that, I just saw this meme. It was kind of funny. It says, QTCinderella cares more about world burning, fossil fuel, megalomaniac than trans and gay people. It says, Cutie when you're homophobic. Cutie when you make fun of Taylor Swift. Straight face. Funny. I love dark humor. So here's Vanilla Mae. She was the other girl that was on the stream with QTCinderella on the receiving end of it. I believe she's also a part of the queer community, and she had this to say, which then started getting scrutinized. I don't think she's a part of the whole, like, you know, live stream fails and the streamer type drama situation stuff that goes on, but I think she kind of got swept into it because of that specific clip that was going around. But yeah, she also, you know, hangs around other streamers as well. I think she was at a party with I can't recall. She hangs out with influencers, but I don't think she's been a person who has kind of like put herself in the space in that way, if that makes sense. Okay, let's play the clip.
Simply didn't agree with it. I was uncomfortable. Obviously, as you could see in the clips, you know who I am. You know what I stand for. If you're someone who's been watching me, then you already fucking know. If you're a first-time fucking chatter and you're just joining off of clips that you've seen on TikTok and you don't know shit about me or fucking shit about shit, then of course I'm gonna assume that you're just gonna make the assumptions that you're going to make. But people who know me and know my character and know what the fuck I stand for know how I'm gonna go about this. So I am simply stepping back from everything, everyone. Gonna touch a little grass.
Yeah, so she smells it. She smells the smoke. All right. It's one of those things that when you get inside of the circle of the mayhem and the chaos and you get put in there, you're like, oh no. It becomes a whirlwind, a storm, bro. And you just kind of want to like fold back into your community. The one that you built, the ones that know you, like you and I, we know each other, right? I can make racist jokes all the time. And you guys know that I'm truly racist at the bottom of my heart. You know, I can say all of these things, right? But then it gets put on TikTok or YouTube, and then I might get Hasan to look at that guy, Omni, the racist guy that hates races. And I'm like, no, you guys don't know the real me. And then all these outsiders coming in. That's probably the pressure that she's feeling. But she's been criticized for her response to this because they feel like she was kind of throwing QTCinderella under the bus by saying that she doesn't want to kind of like collaborate or you know, associate with her as much based on that clip after feeling uncomfortable. Which finally now leads us to this, the QTCinderella apology. Okay, to wrap it all up. Oh man. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a QTCinderella apology for YouTube 2025 when it comes to YouTubers and streamers and stuff, but here we are, and it seems like she is apologizing for the clip in question that happened between her and the girl we just spoke about. It's 2 minutes. We'll take a look at it, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts.
I'm really sorry. Like, I've heard what a lot of people are saying, and I am sorry for the the hurt that I've caused people. I'm really sorry. Like, again, if you don't want this apology, then it's not for you. And clearly you're not hurt, but I'm apologizing to people that I've hurt, and that's important to me. So if you're a part of the queer community and I've hurt you, I am sorry. If you are a person of color who I have hurt, I am sorry. I am. I really am. I think the way I was wording things was very like irresponsible and wrong. And I'm sorry.
So let's just pause here really quickly and just talk about the concept of apologizing on the internet. Apologizing on the internet is such a strange concept because if you think about it, like, we apologize like to your friend or your person, you know, friends a little bit, you know, no one's like, how dare you apologize, right? It's usually good, seen as a good thing. The thing, though, when it comes to apologizing on the internet is that you start to apologize for large groups of people that may or may not even have been impacted by the things that you're saying. And it wasn't even maybe a message for her. So she feels like what she said was a slight towards an entire community. I don't know why she's apologizing to POCs, but she's apologizing to LGBT, for anybody who is a part of the queer community who feels hurt by what she said about the fact that she would associate with somebody who's a homophobe, somebody who's racist. That's probably why she's doing that. I would do it because, you know, you can't really change people and that's just who they are. I mean, it's not black and white type situation. So I'm not going to just cut them off just because they have some this type of trait. The apologies are interesting because the internet does not always care about your apology. So here's how it's broken down. You got one group of people that maybe you offended that are also part of your community who are like, thank you, I really appreciate that. Was just making sure that you understood my point of view. Thanks for empathizing. I appreciate it. That's your core. It's a smaller group of people. That's your core. Then you got a big blanket group of people who don't even know who the hell you are. You know, these people don't even know who the hell you are, and they won't like you. You've spoken out against them, and now you are enemy of the state. Screw you. We will slander and destroy you for what you have done. And usually, in my opinion, this group of people, it's a problematic. It's about overcorrecting. Okay, because what will happen is you'll have people like QTCinderella, who's clearly an ally. Clearly, she supports the LGBT. Like, you can see it like a mile, 10,000 miles away that she's one of the people that support the LGBT, right? But then when they get overcorrected for some of the values that we all have, because everyone still has values that we have that might, you know, could be checked, could be maybe potentially adjusted, could be have questioned, could be, you know, brought into question. But then what happens is they get overcorrected to the point where they start getting canceled, destroyed, demolished by the people they even support for, you know, still kind of holding on to some maybe ideas or values that they might not have a you know, and then they just get absolutely bum rushed by this group of people. And it just kind of, I think it works against the community. I think the queer community, if you're attacking QTCinderella for somebody who's clearly a part of your side, in my opinion, you're missing like the plot. Okay. You're allowed to focus on her and the people who are, there's a lot of people who are allies or people who are kind of like, yeah, I support this or that, but then they have some other ideologies that kind of contradict it. So some people want to call her on that. That's completely fine. I just think the overcorrection, the overwhelming amount of woof, you know, is especially during Miskiff week. The biggest thing, I'm doing the Hasan, I'm doing the whataboutism, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, I don't think QTCinderella deserves to be freaking canceled, okay, for being anti-LGBT. No, that's an overcorrection. And now the topic is being about her correcting and bending the knee. And then it becomes about the mobs and the left and the right. And I think sometimes we just lose ourselves in the war that happens. There's a war that's at play that you might find yourself falling into unexpectedly. And that seems to happen with QTCinderella. My guess is that both Cutie and Valkyrae, when they're together, because they are friends, they probably like to call each other racist. Valkyrae probably calls her white, you know, and then she probably calls her Asian or something. I don't know. It's like Rush Hour. Okay. You know, you got Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. All right. Jackie Chan saying, "What's up, my nigga?" does not offend me because Chris Tucker's over here going around saying all these racist things about Chinese people. That's unity. That is love, my friend. Literally, that movie is about how being racist towards each other brings you closer. And then suddenly you love your friend and you start to acclimate into their culture. Do you understand? That's why one of my favorite movies of all time is one of the most racist people in the world. Okay. So I think this is a situation that definitely got overswarmed. And I think Mizkif is sitting on the side just being like, damn, lucky me. Lucky me. I just got exposed as one of the worst human beings on streamer planet and no one else is talking about me right now. We love to see it happen.
This is not about me. It's annoying that I'm chill. I'm fine. I don't.
I want to pause that. That's normal. I'm glad she checked it. She seems self-aware. She suggested that this is not about me. You know, a lot of people who do harm unto others, they do this thing where they are now hurt that you are hurt. And it becomes about my pain from feeling your pain type situation. And then you have a hard time empathizing. The issue, though, I think, is that sometimes it's hard to empathize with like hundreds of thousands of people with QTCinderella and her pulling. It's hard to empathize when she's getting hit. And she's also getting hit from many directions from many types of people. And so even then she's kind of like, it's not about me. But also it is kind of about you. All right. So she's definitely getting attacked, but also she's kind of trying to be held accountable as well. It's like many things at once. And it's why, again, apologizing gets very messy on the internet because it's not straightforward. It's there's so many forces at play that if you apologize, it doesn't make if you do the right thing on the internet, that's not going to actually probably do anything for you. That's my opinion. The idea, though, is that you got to be true to yourself. Okay? Yes, you will get hate for apologizing. You will get hate for not apologizing. You have to be true to yourself and do what you believe is right for you and not what other people say you should be doing, right? Stand on 10 toes. And it's for some people, it might put you down in the ground. And some people don't want that to happen to their career. So it's a mess. It's a mess.
I don't articulate myself well, which means I can't really be upset if what I'm trying to convey is misunderstood. Because, like, don't get me wrong. At first I was like, how could that be taken this way? And then I listened and I learned and I said, oh my God. Because it wasn't my intention, but I did articulate things very irresponsibly, and that sucks. I did a really poor job at articulating myself. Even some of the clips I've seen, I feel so irresponsible for my own wording. I really do. And I'm sorry for that. I watched it back. I understand why it was hurtful. I've read the comments, believe it or not.
So that's QTCinderella. That's part of the apology, and that's the context. I'm gonna be completely frank and real. Like I think she got overcorrected. All right. From what I've seen, does QTCinderella have a blunt personality? Yes. Okay. Some people don't like her, I guess. I think there's a high correlation between not liking QTCinderella and her being a woman. I definitely 100% agree that there is a lot of misogyny always at play because it existed around the world. And if you take the traits of a woman, okay, and then you apply it to a man, then that man suddenly, he will not be seen the same way. She will not, if you take a trait of a man that people are popularized and you put it on a woman, she will not be seen as equal. It will be seen as, why are you having some of these traits? I 1000% believe that. But from the clips that I've seen from QTCinderella, and the energy that I kind of feel, I feel like I'm an energy person. I don't get any bad vibes from her. I think everybody has opinions that they probably keep to their chest, that when she's saying it on a podcast, it might leak out a little bit. So she's exposing herself. But I do feel a lot of people who are pointing fingers at her probably have some opinions that if they said that shit out loud on a podcast too, they would be under even worse scrutiny. And I think that's the concept of empathy. The concept of empathy is recognizing that we are all fucked up human beings. We all got some fucked up thoughts. We all got some things that can be learned and corrected or adjusted a little bit. But yeah, I think people are being too harsh on QTCinderella. That's my opinion. As for Valkyrae, a lot of people are very, very entitled to being upset for her for that comment. Okay, they can take it however they please, because the way that she gave the comment, again, what needs to happen in those type of situations, in my opinion, again, is rush hour. Let's always push back to rush hour. If you're going to be racist or say a racist thing or talk about white people in that kind of way, have a white person in the room. Have them in the so that y'all are going back and forth, so that it's reciprocal energy. Okay, just to know, because truthfully, and you guys can take this however way you want, but the people that I'm closest with, we will say whatever the hell we want about each other's race because we love each other. It's a weird thing where when it comes to being like men will literally like dunk. We will expose each other. We will call each other losers, and fat and ugly, and all of it. We'll try to destroy you. And that's usually a sign of love. Because that means we will dig into your insecurities so that when someone else tries to, you can't do it as well as my best friend. It's a way of bonding. Not everyone bonds the same way, so I'm not holding everyone to that standard. But I do feel like the closer you are, the more you're able to not be racist, but obviously be racist. Does that make sense? I know what you guys know what I'm talking about. Don't pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? Don't pretend. A lot of y'all want to pretend. That's the problem. A lot of people virtual signal. That's my opinion, okay? A lot of people pretend they're above this. And I see it. I see through all of y'all. I see y'all closets, okay? And this is not me projecting either, okay? This is how many you projecting. No, I what I see is people kind of projecting themselves onto to QTCinderella and not empathizing with the fact that we all got some opinions that could be open up to scrutiny. She's an ally. If you're part of the queer community, if you want to feel upset about her, that's fine. But I think that she's more of an ally than it is to kind of push her over to an enemy type side. And I think there's a lot of people in this space that kind of react to this energy sometimes, and it kind of shifts them over to another bucket when the bucket that they're in is now being something that they're getting kicked out of for mistakes or stuff like that. And then there's the whole concept of, I want to say, apologizing. Again, that's just never going to be something that's going to, I think, work out in your favor as an influencer, because there's going to be a lot of people that the apology isn't even like designed for. They're going to weaponize it. They're going to use it. The internet will use your vulnerability in order to execute you. Period. Doesn't matter what it is, they will find a way to execute you. So it just becomes ammunition, and it makes it really tricky. That's why you probably hear a lot of takes where people say don't bend the knee or don't apologize. Okay, if you become a person who's unapologetic, or you just take accountability where you feel like you need to and then just move on from it type of situation, then you become above that because you are no longer trying to cater to communities. Okay, I think it's important. It's a small balance of trying to basically cater to your community and be yourself. Because, I would love to obviously keep everybody here inclusive and feel good as well, but I also have to be myself. Like, the first and foremost, priority wise, I have to be myself and not simply change myself to be accepted by the most amount of people. Does that make sense? A lot of nuance here, a lot of conversations that can be had about it. Here's QTCinderella. Let me know how you guys feel about this situation in the comments below. How do you feel about Valkyrae? Do you think she's racist? How do you feel about Hasan? bruh. Yo, Miskiff, we haven't forgotten, bro. Okay, it's like the Epstein files. They're trying to make you forget about the Epstein files. They're trying to make you forget about the Miskiff files. This one is absolutely freaking ginormous. The end of an era. Nick the Fighter said the end of SMG4. Thank you all. SMG4 has changed my life. Oh my gosh, man. We're getting to the place where like major, huge YouTubers, legacy YouTubers, okay, the homies, the OGs, bro, like the Markipliers, they retiring, like, oh man, no, I can't. The first generation of retired YouTubers are just incoming. For those of you guys who don't know who SMG4, okay, they've been around since, I want to say like 2010, at least 15 years at this point, okay? Animated adventures of SMG4 and the crew that started it off. Guys that are almost at 10 million subscribers, 1,000 videos. Like, oh my lord. Not considered like YouTube poop, but kind of YouTube poop. I think they use Gary's mods to make their stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but just all the funny videos when it came to Mario and Mario reacts to Nintendo memes, Freddy's spaghetti, just, you know, it's brain rot but Nintendo.
Hey everyone, 14 and a half years ago, I started the YouTube channel called SMG4. I recorded Mario on my screen doing a bunch of weird things. I started introducing characters, many wacky different jokes, and it's been a crazy long journey of so many stories, so many adventures, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to make all these great stories and characters for you guys. But all good things must come to an end. This isn't a decision I decided lightly. I feel like with the amount of stories I've told and the characters we've met, I feel like I've creatively fulfilled what I wanted to do with this series. I've done everything I wanted, and I'm really happy and proud with how far I've come and how far the characters come and how far we've come together.
Oh my God, this is touching my heart, homie. This man left a legacy. He said, you know what? That's all the time I have. I'm gonna leave you guys with these stories. I'm gonna go and make another channel. Is he making a I don't believe in the concept of YouTubers ever retiring. I think there's something in their blood that makes them want to like create. I don't think I've ever met a YouTuber who just literally retired and never came back, and it was they're coming back eventually, or there's a creative itch for a lot of these people who create. So I'm very curious if he's just done with the channel, or if is he just going on to be a family man? What's going on? What's going on, man?
And I want to give the series an ending it deserves. So here's what's going to happen. On the 27th of December, 2025, I'll be releasing the last SMG4 video. A full SMG4 movie that will be a proper send-off to the series and the final chapter of SMG4. From there, the channel will be left as is. Leading up to that movie, starting from right now, each episode will be a special video where SMG4 will spend time with each character, ultimately doing the last adventure they want to do. You guys don't know how much SMG4 means.
Why is Luigi a hammer?
I'm so thankful for the show and for you guys supporting me every step of the way.
Why is Luigi a hammer though?
So again, thank you all so much for joining me on this journey. And I'll see you guys one last time on December 27th.
Oh my God. That's got me thinking about me, guys. You know, it's getting about around that time. I've been around for quite a while too. Chat, I mean, I know you guys want to hear me all the time, and I don't know, you might take me for granted, okay? Maybe that's why you don't follow me on twitch.tv/InfernalOmni, but hey, man, you know, it might be about that time for me soon, you know? I don't know. I don't know if you guys need me anymore, you know? All this crazy stuff that's happening around, I think you guys would be fine without me. December 27th, the last video of SMG24. It's going to be the end of an era. Pretty godlike, pretty awesome to have created such like 15 years of just content that people just can love and watch, and story. A YouTube channel is going to be preserved forever. And you can go ahead and watch it at any point in time. I'm very happy and sad at the same time to see this guy go. But you know, like you said, all things come to an end. Do they? Or do they have to? Do they have to? You know what I'm saying? How do we immortalize our... Okay, I'm sorry. Let's not talk. What else we got? My homie Crescent said, Pokemon Scalper clears out entire Walmart and manager lets it happen. Huh? Walmart, you're letting them all take all the Pokemon cards so they can go back and sell it at a what's the word I'm looking for? At a net positive? That's not even the word. What do you mean, bro? Let's look at the clip. Let's just watch this clip.
Hey, the manager, this is what they're selling to one person. This guy right here. Oh. One person. Bro, one person. Look at that.
Oh my.
You're gonna be.
Oh my God. Did y'all see all of those? One person is getting all of that? Oh my God. Welcome to Pokemon cards. It's crazy. These scalpers have completely destroyed the concept of Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards back in the day, okay? There were scalpers back then, I guess. You know, whenever it comes to collectibles, there's always be scalpers. But I remember there was like kids who used to collect Pokemon cards and be like, look what I got. Look what I bought. Look what I bought. Look what I bought. You know, and you know, but now you got like grown ass 40-year-old men going around buying 30 cases of Pokemon, more than that, just an infinite amount, all of the cases of Pokemon cards. What's the point? It's becoming this kind of like commodity. It's becoming this is what I talked about. I made a tweet. All right, here we go. Rant. I was talking about the concept of like normies, right? And I was trying to say like how I feel like normies come and take over certain communities and just make it worse, you know? Usually the normies are people who are on the outside of the community. They come in and they figure out how to profit and make money off of it, right? So they're not truly a part of the community. So they come here and they grift, or they try to recreate something, but they just pump it with a lot of money and AI, you know, like those are the kinds of people when I'm talking like the normies who are not actually part of the true culture, okay? You weren't raised and born in anime and gaming like the true anime and gamers. And not to say that you can't be a true anime or gamer if you weren't, but it's about like the energy that you come in. It's kind of like how people come into Japan and they're tourists, okay? And they come in there and they just come and destroy everything and they take pictures of people like they're just, you know, people. And there's people who come to Japan and they respect the culture. They respect the country and they kind of honor the traditions that have already gone. So that's what I mean by like the tourist and the normies thing. I got almost destroyed for saying the word normies. But anyway, my point is that these people right here just come up here just trying to make a profit. And it just completely ruins the entire market because it's just... It's terrible. It's terrible.
You're
terrible.
Gonna be on all the websites. Nigga, you're a one person. One.
Did he? Nigga? Did he just say nigga?
Look at this. You're gonna be on all the websites. Nigga.
Oh, get him, clown shirt. That's crazy work. Hey, look. Oh, a face. It just popped up. Okay. You know, there's a face on the screen, chat. Oh no, I don't know if any. That's crazy, bro.
One person. One person. One.
Wow, there's more.
One person.
All of this too? They're getting all of this too? This is like over 100 cases.
Person. One person. One person. They're selling this all to one person. This is the manager. This is the manager saying he didn't bring any of these up yet, but won't let me buy them.
They're all rung up already.
They're all rung up, but they're sitting there. I see her scanning them.
Sir, they're on the machine. Can he have it?
Lying. He said they all ringing them up. They're all rung up while she's still ringing. They lies. You know what? This guy, the guy who's selling it to him, is in on it. That Walmart employee, he is in on it. That's what's happening, bro. That's exactly what's happening.
No.
He already paid for it. He already paid for it.
He did. Did his card swipe yet? No.
Sir, you're not going to be able to credit those, okay?
All right. You're the like head manager of this
Walmart? Sir. There's no higher than
Zay. All right. Zay from this
you working with
Walmart on Arroyo is letting one guy buy all these because he knows them. Because he knows them. Because he knows them. Because he knows them.
How you gonna hide his face after calling him a nigga? Nigga, you a grown man. Hides his face.
I can record.
No, you can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. Why you lying? Why you lying? Why you always lying? Why they always lying? Anyway, it looks like Twitter is already on the case. This guy said, hey, Walmart, this is absolutely absurd. Fire that manager and implement some sort of basic inventory control to ensure more of your customers have an opportunity to shop. I mean, I don't know, chat. I feel like this is just kind of par for the course, okay? It's not fair. But life's not fair. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys, okay? Rules for thee, not for me. I need you guys to lock in, okay? Rules are not meant for you. They're meant for the people who can afford to break them, okay? Lock in, tap in. All right, guys, I'm out for real this time, okay? So I can edit this video, but I also got to go to an appointment to go do some things, okay? And then got to come back and then maybe I'll make a stream. Twitch.tv/Inferno Omni. Might do a spooky stream on YouTube as well. We'll see. I love you guys. Stay safe on these streets because these streets are not safe. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.